All right, folks, good morning from the White Rim. As I said yesterday, we're at the White Crack campsite, and this is a beautiful site. Let me just give you a roundabout one more time. Nice, spacious. The pit toilets at each of these campsites are clean and nice to have. And this is one spacious site. We are set up right down here by the cliffs, and our view from our vehicles this morning was just phenomenal. So we're about to get on the trail. We got a long day ahead of us to get through all the obstacles and get to the next campsite. So we'll just check back with you when we get going. All right, say goodbye to White Crack. Probably won't ever see it again.
Nice camp though.
Yep, it's definitely the best one so far.
Try to organize my mind while the world falls behind. Slow waltz around the sun. Every year reveals a change. Looking back now, feeling strange. We all learn to be someone. What happens next? What happens next? Won't pretend to know. What happens next? I heard you say to love is to let go. Turning out the light again while I wrestle what's within. Looking out for a friend. What's the one rule we forgot? Say the story or the plot. Something new is overdue. What happens next? What happens next? Won't pretend to know. What happens next? I heard you say to love is to let go. What happens next? 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 I heard you say to love is to let go. What happens next? What
One good thing about the White Rim is that you need a permit to drive it, so the likelihood of meeting someone head-to-head is low, but not zero. Fortunately, most everyone we met on the trail was very courteous, and for the most part, there's plenty of places to back up and let someone pass. We're just thankful that we didn't meet anyone on the really narrow parts. Speaking of narrow parts, We should be getting close to Murphy Hogback. It's about to get intense.
Whole area, mate. Murphy's Hogback. right, top of Murphy's Hogback.
I know, it was like, is this hill ever here? Because I kept waiting to send it.
Coming up Murphy Hogback was very exciting. It's a pretty steep grade and very narrow, leaving almost no room for error. Although not what I would call highly technical, it does wear on the nerves if you're not used to driving such terrain. And we're not. Well worth it though, because it was extremely fun to do. And also the views once you get on top are spectacular. But, as the old saying goes, what goes up must come down. Murphy's Hogback is definitely one of the highlights of this trail. And the scenery, well, it just keeps coming. And don't let the video fool you. The descent is a lot steeper than it looks. Definitely a 4-low situation. Well, next up, Hardscrabble Hill. There's a lot of territory between now and then, so sit back and enjoy the ride.
boulder and I think they went right here.
Yeah.
Don't think we're gonna climb that big boulder.
You'd try it, wouldn't you?
No.
Naughty Wampa. Might. There we go.
Said the next stop was Hardscrabble Hill, but we're nearly out of time. We didn't want to rush through the really exciting parts during our adventure, so figure there's no reason to rush you through it either. There's just so much to see on this trail, and if we took you all the way to the end on this episode, it would be a long video. We can't say enough about the scenery on this trail, from the deep canyons to the towering monuments and everything in between. It is nothing short of stunning. How about that narrow drive up and down Murphy's Hogback? I'm glad that I got out and walked it to take videos because I'm sure it would have been nerve-wracking even from the passenger seat. Tune into our next episode where we will tackle Hardscrabble Hill and take you through the rest of the trail. Hope you're enjoying the journey with us. As for now, keep it on the road less traveled. Dusty buns, overland, and adventures.